Not so much in that candle.
Yes.
As soon as you burn it, it's
Gonna go out. Well, I need a new one. I need a new one. Whose water is it?
I actually got the garbage.
What is it?
I don't know.
Anywho, hi girls. You said you had to jump off. Like, girl, we went to bed last night, Miss Brown. We went to bed. Oh, yes, we did. Let me turn the camera. Brought y'all in so y'all could cook. Y'all could cook. What's going on? What's the word on the curb? What's the word on the curb, girl? Okay, this thing gonna keep coming up every time you open up. It's funny. What's the word? Jason, what you doing, Jason? It's Soup Kitchen Sunday, Jason. What you doing? Oh, hold on. What you doing, Jason? Hi, Jenna. Hi. We gotta get some dinner on before we go live later on. Maybe. Hey, I didn't know that my BFF was showing me that Vivica Fox has a wig line, y'all. I was like, what? Yeah, that was pretty cool. She got her own wig line. I was like, oh, okay. Some of them are pretty decent. It's quite a few people that, can start ordering from Vivica Fox. Yeah. I didn't even know that. I did not know. Yep. And they don't even look itchy either. They don't even look itchy. They look like the real deal. And I was looking at the prices and stuff. So you said that you must have unsubscribed from too many creators because I don't. No, you don't know nothing. Jason don't know nothing. Nobody, Jana, you ain't got no word on the curb. Nobody's got the word on the curb. Nobody. No word on the curb. Hi, Lisa. Hi. Nothing. Oh, God. I'm going to have to find a word on the curb for y'all. Crawl over the couch. Let me put this thing down. Hold on, let me get this thing in here. There we go. There we go. So, there. Wait a minute, let me get that up there. There we go. Now, guess y'all can see me a little bit better. A little bit better. What, Jason? Jason, how do you marinate your steaks? How do you marinate the steaks? Yeah, you know what, Casey, I ate out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've eaten out 3 times. So tonight, I want me some dinner. We gonna start off with some ribeye steak. We got the potatoes boiling with my scissors, like Shannon say. Shannon say these are scissors, but they're not. um, and some little broccoli, some garlic bread, and garlic bread and some what else I say? Little salad, mashed potatoes. Something quick, something easy and quick. Easy and quick. Y'all ain't got no word on the curb, but y'all listen. Okay, I got a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Just give me a second. Let me get these steaks all seasoned up and prepared to go. And rinse them off good. Rinse them off. They going in the air fryer though, you guys. So, yeah. There we go. Got them all rinsed off good. You know, aluminum foil can be high, right? But so that you don't mess up a pan or something, you know, to be seasoning up your steaks, I'd rather pay the price for the aluminum foil so I could just ball it up and then be done with it. We're going to take the easy road out. Yeah. Or better yet, I can use a piece of wax paper. That's what we'll do. That's what we will do. I didn't get one of them automatic door closers. That way it'll close on its own. But, heck, Galatians. So, what y'all want the funny part first or what? Y'all want some funny stuff first? Let's do some funny stuff. Let's do some funny stuff. That's what we gonna do. Since y'all ain't got nothing. I got a little bit. I ain't gonna be on here long. Just got a few more things to do. And then I'll go downstairs and come live for about an hour and a half. I think I'll do maybe an hour and a half. Just a little bit. Just to enjoy you guys' company. I got up this morning, y'all. Woo! My body just woke up. I was 6:30. I was out the house, ready to go. So I've done my day. I've done my due diligence to keep the roof over my head. And that's when they say, ain't the Lord good? Ain't the Lord good? So let's talk about, before I do the funny shit right quick, let's talk about plagiarism. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it's easy to plagiarize with a little twist to it. You know, make it seem like, you know, you did that first. Let's do that. You know, then grab an audience and tell your audience, oh my God, you know, I done that first and blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about, oh my God, no, I need to hold that one for tonight. Because I have a solution as well for edges. I do. Yeah. So, and you know, where I'm from, same rule apply. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. They pretty much eat the same thing, you know, technically, you know, they do. Yeah, they do. So, that's where we're going with it tonight, if you show up. If you don't, then you just catch it on the replay. Catch it on the replay. So, but let's talk about plagiarism for a second, right? Because I want to. And the truth be told, Because the world that we live in and the people that we are, it's kind of hard to get around plagiarism. However, we seem to think that our minds move, a little different. Our minds move just a little different from each other. But when you think about humanity as a whole, it's very, very hard to get around plagiarism, right? Except for people will take it and develop a unique way of doing it so that it does not appear to be plagiarism. And some people are good at it and some people aren't, but the person who has developed, let's say the content, because they like to use content, right? Or whatever. And once you're done with your output and your content has ended, and then all of a sudden you will see some things or see others or whatever, and you raise your eyebrow and you be like, wait, that's what I just talked about. Like that's what I just said. Like, you hear it because you did it. You created that, right? And it's like, wait a minute. Right. Now somebody is definitely on some hard stuff out here, right? So that's that. But plagiarism is really hard to get around, especially under this umbrella, because it's so many distinctive, similar stories. It's only so many ways that you can tell it. So I sit there and I'm like, whoo. And it's a woo child for me. Woo child. Like, woo child. I don't care how much a person tries to convince a whole of another person, right? When I say it's got to be a dark mirrors or mirrors with no reflection to it, it like look in the freaking mirror, girl. Look in the mirror. Because, yeah, as much as, I like to say the elevator goes to the top, somewhere it just kind of stops for a second, gets stuck on the fifth floor, over there with the brother on the fifth floor. It gets stuck. And then it recalculates its mechanism. And then all of a sudden, it could have been a small little kink in the chain link or something. And it decides, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to work again. Then the elevator will all of a sudden abruptly continue to go to the top, while it will leave you standing there in dismay thinking that, oh, what just happened? Oh my God, I thought we were going to die. I mean, it just stopped. It's pretty much how the brain works. You know what I'm saying? Till it gets that new jump start to it. So I don't know. You say you in the cooking mood, girl? I'm hungry. You doing barbecue chicken? Yum. Mac and cheese and some home. There, I got the potatoes boiling, so I'm doing some. Are you making hamburger casserole? And that's what I need to do too, Galatians. I need to put something else on so that I can have lunch and leftovers for about 2-3 days, so I don't have to spend any money Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But we'll see how that goes. I'll probably find something to throw together. I had taste for chili. I thought about that, but then I don't want to eat on chili for 2-3 days. So I don't know, you guys. Weird, right? Some weird shit. Weird. When I say with a pot calling a kettle black about, I'm finna make this word up, weirdation, this shit is crazy. Like, do you hear what the hell you are saying? So, I grew up with slow to speak, quick to listen, and it's been said and quoted out there, right? I grew up with it. And that I am. Slow to speak and, quick to listen. And boy, the more I listen, it be like my ears are straight burning. I told you guys last night that you were going to take a hit. be called names, all that shit. I warned y'all, it's gonna be called slow and shit. I literally tried to warn you guys because that's what they do. But then she'll be like, they'll be like, well, the audacity of people uh, talking about other people, and you call people this and people ugly this and this and that. But I promise y'all tonight, I'm gonna have a solution. We doing solutions too. We gonna plagiarize some shit. Sorry, you guys. I had a phone call. Sorry. That's why I hate coming on here. Now, girl, y'all got cussed out. Zanea, girl, y'all got cussed out, honey. I was like, you know what? What part of mind control do she not understand? Both of us is doing it. If I come off, you come on. When I come on, you come off. A whole bunch of shit. She over there like, honey. She got a compliment too. Yeah, she did. Oh, ain't that the smartest person in the world? And I'm like, really? Really? Okay. Really? Her Tanea, it was kind of ruthless. However, read the story about the whole extortion thing. Mr. Kelly was a $250,000 cash cow for a minute. I don't know if Mr. Kelly was aware of. Oh shit! I'm glad I saw that. Money being settled or nothing like that. We know that it was settled. We know that it was settled, so I know everybody thought I was gone because my phone rang. It rang. So let me wait a second. Jason, are you still here? Let's see if Jason is still here because I'm trying to answer his question. Blah, blah, blah. I should have got on my other phone because I don't know how many times this one is gonna ring. So hopefully it don't ring anymore. It's usually quiet on a Sunday. My phone is usually quiet, so I don't know. But yeah, Jason, I can't answer that. I don't know. But you know what, Jason, and if I can propose this to you about Mr. Kelly being convicted, there's a whole lot of things that I have read, that it didn't, if these people's story was true, like, for example, the, what's her name, attorney Susan Logan, if all of these things were so true, she didn't take the stand or, to tell her testimony about him. And I was like, well, okay, they have people that they claim that is the nail in the coffin on this man, but yet then some of the major people you didn't even see take a stand against him. You didn't even see that part. Oh, it's weird. Call the bear. Shoo! Oh, excuse me, you guys. Shoo! The pepper in my nose. Call the bear. Do we have bread downstairs? Huh? Yeah. Okay, I need some. Thank you. No, not until I'm done with the potatoes. me see where we at. Hi, Reba. I was talking to Jason, but then my phone rang and it interrupted some things. You said Lisa Van Allen take the tape that she was on. She said she went in there and took that tape. She said that she did. Um, that's what she said, Jason. I don't know. What you think, Jason? You think that she did? Huh? Do you think that she did? What do you think, Jason? How you doing, Reba? How are you today? Ba ba ba. What you doing, Teddy? What do you think, Jason? Huh? I'm just on here chilling. Soup kitchen, yeah. Soup kitchen day till I can finish in the kitchen. So come on here and vibe with you guys for a little while today. So my answer to Jason is I don't know. You know, I really don't know. Um, you know, it sucks. The only thing that I find that there's a problem with me when mentally when I think about this and the government on how they had to merge the 2002 trial in. That's pretty much it. The rest of it, I was like, you know what? That's a wash. That's a whitewash. That's a whitewash. Blah blah blah. But you know, to bring in the 2008 trial, you know, with this attempted new evidence that Michael Avenatti and Kim Fox and Jim Derogatis stirred up, you know, that part to me is just, you know, it was just ludicrous, you know. So, that's good. I'm glad you're blessed. So you really you out the hospital? That's good. Ain't nothing like now. Don't wait a minute, Reba. Don't you feel better that you're home? Because when you walk into your home, it's more meds. It's like it's this med that you need being at home. Like when we go on vacation, we love to go on these vacations, but the minute you come through your door, girl, you be like, oh my God, home, my bed, oh my God, you know. So you said, no, nobody's watching me. Hey, Pooh, I ain't doing nothing right now, honey. I'm finna laugh in a minute. 'Cause that damn, listen. But I want to finish with Jason because Jason will pop back up like every 3 minutes with a story about it, you know. So, uh-oh, I see your message. Okay, you go right ahead. Um, mm-mm. Mm-mm. What you say, T? Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I don't, you know, these are the debates can go on like forever. You know, everybody has their reason for whatever, you know, for whatever. So what you up to over there, Pooh? What you up to? I won't let my steaks burn though. Uh-uh. Well, not gonna do that. But give me a second, you guys. I'm gonna run in the kitchen. I'm gonna let you see where I'm going. I'm going in the kitchen. See, going in the kitchen. Georgia. Woo woo. She said she's coming back. Coming back. Oh shit. Midnight train to Georgia. You making you some dinner too? Oh, you say it's on. Oh, somebody's having a panel going on. Oh, oh, that's good. I don't do no stress, no toxicity. No, no, no. At that them debates been going on forever. Like every day, all day, tomorrow, yesterday, day before, and the day after. They just gonna continue to happen. So, at the end of the day, I'm it's free R. Kelly, period, because of the things that I have read, the things that I do not agree with, the things that I it's very objective and subjective a little bit to the way um, Jennifer Bonjean is setting up her perimeter to to defend Mr. Kelly. So it's all good. Like I say, if you don't have faith with this, you don't have nothing. Doesn't matter what nobody say. If you're rocking with him by faith with it, then it is what it is. Um, but the ringleaders, um, God, because I wanna do that on tonight. Well, tonight for you guys. So you say, how is it about to get? You say you at work and you argue with. Oh my God! Don't be arguing, girl. Tell them it's gonna be okay. They gonna be all right. But you had the three ringleaders. Come out here with their propaganda. I am gonna say this and then I'll just repeat it when I go downstairs, if I make it downstairs. If you ask me, um, Mr. Kelly's case, it should have been deadened, dismissed, gone when Michael Avenatti came out. Um, I'm not sure if it's going to be in my other phone history. I don't know, but I'm gonna play you guys old Michael Avenatti so you guys can like really hear what he was saying. Let's go back and listen to um, who he said that his client was. His client, in this whole thing that he came out and interjected himself in. Um, I believe with the Jim Dare goddesses and the Kim Foxes and then the hashtag um, Me Too movement ladies and things that this is where this is where the crumbs on the pie started to grab hold of Mr. Kelly. Um, at these, I don't want to call them powerful people, but I mean, political and a political mixed with an attorney, mixed with a journalist. They came after him. They came after him. Jim Derogatis, he pushed so much of these 2002 on out here in the atmosphere for people to continue to grab. He pushed this whole Aaliyah thing, him and the testimony of, God, I don't be remembering these people's name, y'all, because I guess I don't care about these people like that. The one guy who wrote the book from the jail, that was his manager long ago. Demetrius. Yeah, Demetrius. So it was, they just came at him hard. I'm going to keep saying that from every angle. So when you're working with these three different types of people, one from the political point of it, one from the journalism point of it, and then one from an attorney point of it. And you mix all that shit up in a soup bowl and you season the pie really good. The world is going to eat at it. And they ate at it. could not understand the populated people out here, humanity, right? Because I'm like, why ain't nobody, like mentally saying like, what the fuck are you guys bringing this 2002 up? A lot of people were chanting about it or was um, bitter about it. That favors for Mr. Kelly. They was kind of bitter about it, but I'm like, you doing what? You guys are doing what? And because they push this narrative out here, does that give your government the right to say, well, you know what? Since we didn't get him in 2008 like we wanted to, um, just dig in some laws, see how far we can go with certain statutes of limitations, and we'll try to wiggle that in some indictments. And somehow they found a way to do so. But how did they find that way to do so? They brought aboard uh, another female, right? They brought aboard another female. If you had to ask yourself, and I think that it was, God, that's like for tonight with Jim Derogatis. Actually, I'm just going to rebound off of it, and I don't give a damn. And it was said that it was very conspicuous with King of R&B standing in the middle, on the outside, in the middle of open air, the King of R&B, right? In the middle of open air, with, what was it, one friend by him or security by him or whoever that was by him, and then you got that whole JP girl standing down there. And when you really think about it and you do the math on it, right, you're thinking the King of R&B just come up out of a courtroom, right? Everybody knows probably he was at court, yada, 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 yada. And if you look at the close captioning of that image, wouldn't it have been an image of hundreds, not hundreds, I'll stretch it, lots of females or people running up to him? You know, I think that I heard Texas Black Diamond speak on it one time, that like she was literally like standing there like by herself. This was midday, broad daylight, broad freaking daylight, you guys. And you mean to tell me that nobody else down there recognized Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, R. Kelly, where they bomb rushing him and for autographs or R. Kelly and R. Kelly? Why was that scene deserted? Why was that scene deserted? Anybody ask that? Where is other pictures at with the coming and going of people? We talking about a business day? This is an operating business day. This is broad daylight. Broad daylight. Where was all these people at? You got the King of R&B standing in the middle of open air right there, about what, 100 feet from the door. And I had to take that to the head. And I was like, you know what? Why was it a desert? Why was it dry there? Nobody was interested in nothing like that, to run up on him and to get a autograph or anything. That shit was crazy. The only thing that we saw was just her standing there with white pants on. A lot of people says that they don't believe that this was set up towards Mr. Kelly. They believe that Mr. Kelly did this to himself. Yeah. Now, the argument out here when it came to that girl, JP, is that she got in the courtroom. She had ID. Police officers, security, whatever, they let her in there. Her ID says 18. That's what it says. And when you hear that, and after finding out that she lied and that was not her accurate age, a lot of people believes that the security and the police officers, I'll call them police officers, should have not been held responsible for something like that happening to Mr. Kelly. Especially if you have a man that is believing that a person is 18 years old. The courts actually, if you ask me, the police officers, and they owe him one hell of an apology because he had been misled as far as her age. You allowed her in here, and she's standing out there with appearing to be an adult. She tells him that I am an adult, but then later on to recant it, you recant your age. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly should have been, if he chooses to be, attracted to someone who says that they were 18. He's a man. And all rights to be so. Even if he was 89, if he was 110, she gave him an ID. The ID says 18. At that time, I think that when Kim Fox and them had learned of this information, right? That one right there alone should have been thrown out immediately, effective immediately, because if you want to take both of those people, let's take R. Kelly and let's take Jerronda Pace, right? Yes, R. Kelly could have looked and been like, well, okay, maybe 18 is still not old enough for me mentally, if you think of it that way. Yeah, maybe I don't mess with you. You're 18 years old. Yeah, what am I do with 18 years old? Yes, that could have played out that way. He could have made that choice, but according to the law, he wasn't wrong morally, because people want this to be addressed morally. Then yes, he could have done that. But when you're told that you are grown and this is what you want to do, maybe we can make this work. You are a grown woman, because the law says 18, you're grown, and I'm a grown man. It is, it becomes to, it is what it is. But then, let's take JP. You look at her with the people that has common sense to think the way that I'm thinking right now. You entrapped this man. You entrapped this man. So that wasn't fair to Mr. Kelly at all either. There was total dishonesty from the beginning. And after the government or these authority people had found out that that is the way that situation had played out. Oh my God, you did what? Okay, well, we're going to get you the help that you need, because this is some things that you just don't do to a grown-ass man. You don't go around and entrap men because you want to be with someone. You have to be straight up. And had she been straight up at that time of that court thing and her going back and forth, and she told Mr. Kelly the truth, this situation wouldn't be what it has become with JP. And she owes him a fucking apology. Because she literally entrapped this man. Now the question is, who, which we'll probably never know, who set this whole entrapment thing up? Why did not her sister, her family, tie her down and put a belt to her butt after, because her sister came on and was talking about, well, and she was telling us, and we found out that she was going to go see him. Why didn't her sister, which seems to have been the person that was close to her, right? Or better yet, the lady, if there was some relationships with her and that lady that was standing down there with her, because a lot of people kept saying something about it, like that's her mom or some shit like that, right? I don't know. But why didn't she, at that point, are you going to get your autograph, or what are you going to do? And grab her and pour her on and let's go. So, well, yeah, we know that though, Lisa. And I will talk to you later. You have a good day. So when that entanglement started, when that disturbing entanglement started, right? That was a fixable situation immediately. It was to me. It really was. You go on your way and I go on my way, and I apologize and this or this or that. But to take it to the next level, to where now it's, oh my God, you slept with me, or there's pictures in the house in a bed from her, and things like that. And then you have the story about this freaking Bubba guy or whatever. And as the authorities out here, when you are put under the pressure of older man with a younger woman to charge him with being with a minor, there is a more thorough investigation that should have happened. And he did not get, from what I've read and what I've been reading, your authority figure people out here, they did not do this thorough investigation for Mr. Kelly. So the system failed him too, right there. Because had they done that, had they put reprimandation, had they reprimanded her for doing what she had done, first of all, with the ID and things like that. Had they done that, there should not be a case with anything of JP. It really shouldn't. Because that's where it originated from. Him believing that she was of age. Okay? A lot of people are going to say, or have said that, well, he found out, but, and he kept saying it. You can't see something if it doesn't continue to come to you. So I started reading some more, and I'm thinking, well, okay, there's nothing in here that says that, R. Kelly then showed up to her house or picked her up. What I was reading in the case was that she kept showing up to where he was at. So I asked myself, well, who's still wrong? Again, like, you still going? When and at what point did she learn of how old this man was? I was listening to different commentaries out there, and people were saying, well, she was catching a train. At what point was she going to recognize that, hello, Mr. Kelly has a mustache, Mr. Kelly looks like a little bit older probably than her, the dad or the uncle or something like that? Like, at what point when she was going to acknowledge that I shouldn't be getting on his train. I shouldn't be climbing over his fence to break in his house. At what point? At what point? So when you have a person that has created, when you have two people that has created a situation that has now appeared to be wrong in the public eyes mentally, right? And everybody has discovered how their situation occurred. There shouldn't be a case. There shouldn't be a case. And I have to stay lenient on, if you're going to reprimand him, in order to teach a person like her to manipulate on older people, on older men, then there has to be room to spare to reprimand her as well. This is what you do not do. And if your government is going to continue to allow this loophole out here, it's almost like they are allowing younger girls to, prostitute. You go do this and get them, and then we'll come and get them, like that other movie, that one movie where the men will show up and go in there, and the girls know that their age was young, but they show up, and then the police officer is standing behind the door and shit like that. They need her, because that's the shit that she's on. That was the game that she was on. So it's weird. But yeah, when it comes to JP, I believe that no, there should have not been no charges against R. Kelly. Period. That's just how I feel. But like I say, I think that what was missed, that should have raised the eyebrow. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. I think to, raise an eyebrow, that should have been one hell of a freaking outburst on that. Why was it that in the image that she was the only one caught in the picture? Nobody else down there wanted an autograph or to say hi? Why was all the attention on her? That's some suspicious ass shit. Yeah, that was very suspicious. I was like, what? That's crazy. Weird, but crazy. Yeah. So, hold on a second. Whatever you want, corn or rock. I gotta find some. I gotta find some. I like to strain things better. Take me a minute. Hold up. Come here. I'll look in the drawer downstairs and see if there's some down there because I don't see any up here. Unless it's hidden deep back in the back. Or outside. I'm coming, you guys. So, trying to get some. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. it back on. I heard it ding and I was like, So you say you get our packages. What packages? No, but you got some sales today, girl. Look. Look how much you made today. You saw, I did like, I don't even know how many boxes of cookies, girl. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's 4. That's 8. 8. 9. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You sold 13 boxes, girl. You sold 13. I got you 13, girl. Say yay. Oh, you ate my stuff up. I'm gonna beat your butt. But you sold 13. I sold 13 boxes of cookies for you today. Woo woo. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, that's that, and that's how I feel about that. I don't know what Jason is at, because I'm really trying to talk to Jason. So, you say, in all of the evidence. So, you say, all of the evidence. Wait a minute, I'm going to go back. Coming from the retarded broke accusers and nobody wants to believe. Yeah, that's true. You think that, that's not Kels and just still want to go. The problem that I have with that, and like I said, that being that Michael Avenatti was come out and started talking about, he said that there was four girls, 4 new girls or whatever, and I'm going to show you where he overtalked himself about the 4 girls, because he backtracks and says that, matter of fact, let me see if it's in my history so I can play it for y'all while I'm cooking, right? As he says that, new document, let me see, Jennifer Bonjean done dropped some, you guys, because I just got notification here and I don't feel like going down, pulling it up, at 5:10 p.m. Yep, it dropped. Let me see. Should I buy it on Pacer? What y'all think? Y'all want me to go on and get it? Should I get it, you guys? Y'all want me to read the document right quick? It just dropped here at 5. Let me see what y'all say. Do y'all want to hear the document? It just dropped. So put a 1 in the chat. If you do, put a 2 in the chat. If you don't. Yeah, I got to buy it. God damn it. Listen, I done slowed down buying some shit around here. Okay, so you want to hear it? All right, let's see if I can. I don't know if I got it on Pacer up here. Hold on. See, I'm going to have to go downstairs because I'm not even signed in up here. Yeah. Hold on, let me run. I'm going to go downstairs and let me log the computer up, y'all. So give me a second. Let's go downstairs and log it up, and then I will buy the freaking document. Jesus Christ. That sucks, because like I say, I don't even be getting $5 over here. Shit. Yeah, I ain't finna go broke. No. Nope. Can do. But I'm going to log the computer up. Y'all see, I'm down here. I'm getting ready. I'm going to log it up. Turn it on. And I will pull the document up for you guys while I'm cooking. So, all right. I got it. Yeah. I got it. We got it. Wanna do some Pac-Man? You play some Pac-Man? So, okay, let that log up for a second, you guys. And then I'll pull it up and tell you guys what it says. Okay, so that's that, and that's how I feel with the whole JP thing. I just think that, hold on, let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can let y'all hear. You say you know that the skyrocket ain't dropped it yet. She's delivering. Girl, you so silly. You so silly. You so silly. You so silly. My Cash App is $ONEP. What is my Cash App? I forgot it. ONEP. What's my Cash App, y'all? $. I think it's the number 1. I think it's the number 1. I do. Hold on. Cause I'm gonna need $5. Hit that goddamn Cash App. Hit the Cash App, $5. Oh no, it's the number 1, Galatians. It's the number 1. It's the 1 PAPOOSE. $5. I don't give a damn if I do work. Hell. It's the number 1, boo. It's the number 1. Okay, hold on, because we're going to read it. I'm going to get it up, but I want to see. Let me go down my history, because I want you guys to hear this about. Oh, yeah, it should be in here. Let me see. Y'all got to hear this thing, like with Michael Avenatti, right? I got to delete this history, too. Okay, here we go. It's about 9 minutes long. And then I'm going to be stopping it because I want y'all to hear it. Listen carefully.
The third tape. What can you tell us how
Can
this
y'all
will
hear
be
that?
different than what we saw in 2008 with the trial against R. Kelly?
Well, I think it's going to be different on a number of different grounds, or for a number of different reasons. First of all, you're going to have actual victims that I think are going to testify in the trial against R. Kelly. Girls who are going to come forward, young ladies that are going to come forward and talk about the assault and the abuse that they suffered at the hands of R. Kelly time and time again. That's going to be a significant difference. I think the quality of the videotapes that we've now provided is far superior to what existed back in connection with the trial in 2008.
And I want to stop you right there. These tapes are different than the tape that was used.
They're completely different.
And what year were these tapes taken?
They were taken in the late 90s, early 2000s. So the time frame is around the same, but they are entirely different tapes. This is not the tape.
Stop that right there. They are totally different. They were taken in around the same time frame, right? Did you hear that? When you hear that part, I want you guys to hear that part. Hear this part, because this is where he's selling this shit, right? He's selling it, but Jerika, I think that's Jerika. I think that's her. No, that ain't her. That's a different lady. Oh, no, it ain't. I'm going to rewind this, though. Pay attention to what he said. Listen.
Ladies that are going to come forward and talk about the assault and the abuse that they suffered at the hands of R. Kelly time and time again. That's going to be a significant difference. I think the quality of the videotapes that we've now provided is far superior to what existed back in connection with the trial in 2008.
And I want to stop you right there. These tapes are different than the tape that was used.
They're completely different.
And what year were these tapes taken?
They were taken in the late 90s, early 2000s. So the time frame is around the same, but they are entirely different tapes. This is not the tape that was at issue in the earlier trial. It's entirely different.
Okay.
So now that these tapes are going to be presented, one of the problems in the earlier trial, at least for the prosecution, was that the witness in the tape did not want to cooperate. These witnesses and this witness in this tape that you presented, or maybe the 2 tapes you presented, will cooperate?
Well, I'm not in a position to talk about specific witnesses, whether they're going to cooperate or not. But what I am going to tell you is this. The prosecutors don't need
pay attention to that. He says that he's not in a position to talk about it. But just 5 seconds ago, he was in a position to tell them that it's some new tapes, or there's some tapes around the same time area, but they just a little bit different. This is what he said. You can't talk about that, but you can talk about this. And I'm going to call some BS on that shit there. If you ain't going to tell all of it, then don't tell none of it. I'm just saying. But I had to rewind it so y'all
This
can
tape
hear.
that you presented, or maybe the 2 tapes you presented, will cooperate?
Well, I'm not in a position to talk about specific witnesses, whether they're going to cooperate or not. But what I am going to tell you is this. The prosecutors don't need the witness in this tape, in my opinion, to cooperate because the tape is so clear and it's concise as to a number of things. Number one, that it's R. Kelly. There's no question that it's R. Kelly in these tapes. No question whatsoever. Number two, there's no question as to the identity of the victim in the tapes. Clear as day. Number three, repeatedly on the tapes, R. Kelly and the victim refer to her as only being 14 years of age. In fact,
okay, let me stop that there. So, how many tapes did these people say that there was a 14-year-old on? The only allegations that was out here was that the 2002, 2008, right? But now he's implementing that, oh, this is a different time area, a couple of years later, right? Which is, he's still talking about the same damn years. And then he's still talking about a same goddamn 14-year-old that everybody's been talking about from 2002. It's the same. It's the same. That's what's just my belief. I'm rewinding again.
There's no question that it's R. Kelly in these tapes. No question whatsoever. Number two, there's no question as to the identity of the victim in the tapes. Clear as day. Number three, repeatedly on the tapes, R. Kelly and the victim refer to her as only being 14 years of age. In fact, it
what
appears
did they
that,
say in the
Mr. Kelly, this is
2008 trial? What has everybody's been saying? Oh, he referred to her as 14. He referred to her as 14. There's only two times that you would hear, I think that where the people came out and they kept saying that he knew of Aaliyah's age, right? You hear that, right? And then the other time with this LaShonda Landfair family thing, right? That's pretty much it. So, I don't know where he was sitting here making this goddamn stuff up at, but he did in his head because he had to sell this story. He had to sell the story, y'all. He had to push this narrative out here. He was pushing it. Now, listen, if you guys can see these people's face on here, you can tell they like, wait a minute, something ain't adding up. His math is still a little bit off, right? Yeah. Let's rewind it again. His math
repeatedly on the tapes, R. Kelly and the victim refer to her as only being 14 years of age. In fact, it appears that Mr. Kelly, this is a fetish that he has, that he likes to hear while he's engaged in these sexual assaults, that these girls are underage, based on the content of the tape. So this is a bombshell piece of evidence that we turned over a few weeks ago. I think the tape today is another bombshell piece of evidence. And finally, after 28 years of sexually abusing and assaulting
I gotta stop
young
it again,
girls,
y'all. Because he mentioned that one age, 14 years. I'll tell you in a minute, Lisa, babe. One age, he said 14, right? But then he comes back and switch it to plural on them and says they. Listen to this shit. I'm like, wait a minute. What you say?
Assaults that these girls are underage based on the content of the tape. So this is a...
And one of the problems in the earlier trial, at least for the prosecution, was that the witness in the tape did not want to cooperate. These witnesses and this witness in this tape that you presented, or maybe the two tapes you presented, will cooperate?
Well, I'm not in a position to talk about specific witnesses, whether they're going to cooperate or not. But what I am going to tell you is this. The prosecutors don't need the witness in this tape, in my opinion, to cooperate because the tape is so clear and it's concise as to a number of things. Number one, that it's R. Kelly. There's no question that it's R. Kelly in these tapes. No question whatsoever. Number two, there's no question as to the identity of the victim in the tapes. Clear as day.
There's
Number
no
three,
question,
repeatedly
there's
on
no
the tape.
question to the identity of the person in the tape. Speaking of one. He's only speaking about one. Only one. They switch it to
The
make
prosecutors
it
don't need the witness in this tape, in my opinion, to cooperate because the tape is so clear and it's concise as to a number of things. Number one, that it's R. Kelly. There's no question that it's R. Kelly in these tapes. No question whatsoever. Number two, there's no question as to the identity of the victim in the tapes. Clear as day. Number three, repeatedly on the tapes, R. Kelly and the victim refer to her as only being 14 years of age. In fact, it appears that Mr. Kelly, this is a fetish that he has, that he likes to hear while he's engaged in these sexual assaults, that these girls are underage, based on the content of...
that these girls are underage. Now, how the hell did he switch that story from being one to these girls are underage? How the hell did he pull that off on these goddamn journalists, people sitting here? How did he pull that off? Because I'd have stopped him in his track and been like, wait a minute. You just said it was just one. You only called out one age. But he flipped it. He flipped it, boy. He flipped that shit. I was like, what in the hell? Now, hold on a second. Because Lisa said, well, what you cooking? I got some rib eye steaks right here. And I'm putting some broccoli on with some mashed potatoes, honey, and some Parmesan garlic bread for Coda Bear, and I'm going to eat a little bit. So let's listen to the rest of y'all, because this is slick talker here.
the tape. So this is a bombshell piece of evidence that we turned over a few weeks ago. I think the tape today is another bombshell piece of evidence. And finally, after 28 years of sexually abusing and assaulting young girls, some of whom are from the most vulnerable of our society, lower socioeconomic status and the like. Finally, I think justice is going to be done in this case. I believe there's no question that R. Kelly is going to be convicted. And I believe there's no question that he's going to serve out the rest of his life in a prison, which is where he's belonged now for some time.
You represent two of the alleged victims. Why did these victims choose to come forward now?
Well, I mean, I think that they've been trying to get their voices heard for a long period of time. I mean, I represent 6, 7 individuals now, not just victims, but whistleblowers as well as some parents. And I think that you're about to see a tidal wave.
We got to bag it up, because I want y'all to hear how he talk about whistleblowers. Listen to this shit. It's like, what?
Serve out the rest of his life in a prison, which is where he's belonged now for some time.
You represent two of the alleged victims. Why did these victims choose to come forward now?
Well, I mean, I think that they've been trying to get their voice.
She said you represent two of the victims. And he's going to clean it up and make it clear that he don't represent the victims. He represented the parents. But then the lady is going to come back and be like, well, why would the parent need representation? What did they do? Yeah, listen to this shit.
This is heard for a long period of time. I mean, I represent 6, 7 individuals now, not just victims, but whistleblowers as well as some parents. And I think that you're...
I got to stop it, y'all, because y'all did not hear him. You didn't hear him. What did he say? I represent some of the whistleblowers. That's what he said. He said, I represent whistleblowers. Whistleblowers? Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all got to hold on a second, 'cause I'm about to make a little noise. Just a little bit. Y'all think about that just for a minute. He said he represents the whistleblowers. Mm-hmm. And who were the whistleblowers? He forgot to say he represent that damn Jim Derrigonis, because he showed over there blowing the whistle too. That's what he said. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Well, wait a minute. I got to season my mashed potatoes. So hold on.
Serve out the rest of his life in a prison, which is where he's belonged now for some time.
You represent two of the alleged victims. Why did these victims choose to come forward now?
Well, I mean, I think that they've been trying to get their voices heard for a long period of time. I mean, I represent 6, 7 individuals now, not just victims, but whistleblowers as well as some parents. And I think that you're about to see a tidal wave of additional victims and witnesses come forward. And I also believe that in a very short period of time, it's going to be like rats leaving a sinking ship. I think the people that are very close to R. Kelly that have enabled this conduct, and there's a lot of them. He did not carry this out on his own across 28 years. He had attorneys and managers and agents and a whole bunch of other people helping him cover this up, book flights for these girls, put them in hotels, keep them under wraps. This is not something that he did on his own. And I think a lot of these people are going to begin abandoning him because they're going to be looking to save their own butts.
And we should say that R. Kelly pleaded not guilty in court today, and his attorney, Steve Greenberg, has attacked your credibility. He's attacked your evidence. He says you are showboating. What do you say to that?
Well, let me tell you something. R. Kelly needs a better attorney than Mr. Greenberg. Mr. Greenberg doesn't know the basics of criminal law based on what I've seen thus far. He's made claims about double jeopardy. He's made all kinds of claims. He's more interested in attacking me than defending his client. I mean, he really better get focused in a big hurry because his client's in a lot of trouble.
Now, you represent Azriel Clary. That is one of the alleged victims here. And now, what's interesting is she
I represent her father.
You're her father.
Correct.
Now, but is she, at this point, is she going to cooperate?
Well, we don't know. I mean, she's still with R. Kelly. Again, I'm representing her parents. You know, a lot of these girls that were with him have been coerced. They've been brainwashed. R. Kelly has taken steps to
Can I interrupt you right now and ask you, as a representative of her father, you're representing her father, what has her father said about introducing and facilitating that initial relationship with R. Kelly? Because we all saw it on the documentary. It all came out. He was very open. But what message is he now saying? Because there are a lot of people that say, I would never even bring my daughter anywhere close to R. Kelly.
Well, but let me address that because this is a really important point. First of all, there's a lot of things that were not included in the documentary about that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you have to understand that Mr. Kelly had a lot of people around him that reassured parents about allowing their kids to be around R. Kelly, that he was on the up and up, that he was legitimately interested in assisting them in their musical careers, that there was nothing untoward or improper going on, that they were going to be supervised at all times, that other adults were going to be around, that R. Kelly was never going to be alone with these girls. So a lot of these parents, not just Mr. Clary, but others, were reassured that he had their best interest at heart, and he violated that trust time and time again. This is not a situation where parents were pimping out their kids to R. Kelly. And any suggestion of that by Mr. Greenberg or otherwise is outrageous.
But you do understand how some people would come to that conclusion, considering he had already been on trial once and acquitted. But
I can understand that, but here's what I'm going to focus on. You're talking about 14, 15, 16-year-old girls. Those girls cannot consent to have sex with anyone, let alone somebody that's 30.
Let's stop that right there, because what do you think Avenatti might say or would say at this point with that letter being out from Azriel, Alice Clary? What do you guys think that he may say at this point? What are y'all thinking? Do you think he may be like, oh my God? Because when Azriel showed up on the Gayle King show, when Azriel was sitting in the trunk on her live with Joy next to her, when Azriel was driving around in that little doom buggy looking car, Azriel consented. That was the consent. What would have, in my eyes, made it non-consensual? It had I seen Azriel on her live, handcuffed, begging to escape not going shopping, not getting her body reconfigured, things like that, then I might buy the they can't consent. Oh, she consented. Oh, yes, she did. When she said, that's mommy. Oh, I'm going to be looking in back of his head when I show up in there. She consented to everything. Everything. You can't be brainwashed sitting up there with hundreds of freaking officials in a court of law where you can be rescued at any given time and return safely back to your mother. You can't. You just can't. Right there, officer, Mr. Officer, tell him to take these cuffs off of my... But she didn't have cuffs on her. So to hear Michael Avenatti say that, you know, I had to think about it, right? To know that, well, what they say that Azrael was with him, how, you know, she's the, I don't know, I don't have my paperwork. I'm going back downstairs, you guys, in a minute. Just let me get Coda fed, okay? Please, thank you. Let me get Coda fed. So, that was definitely escape route right there. That was an escape route. And guess what? The trial wouldn't have been this damn long. They really wanted him. They had all freaking opportunities to really, really have some cold circumstantial evidence right there in their face. Right there. They didn't use that. No, they had to keep playing this whole thing out, right? I'm sitting here looking at this girl on camera, you know, going and getting birthday cakes and all of this shit. That, you consented. You consented to that life. You did. But I get it. The law is saying mentally, she didn't know what she was doing. You can't consent at that age. Now, where I'm from, if you got to wait until, if you can get driver's license like they say at 16, some of them 15. I got my permit at 15, 14 and a half. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it. You are in your right frame of mind and all that stuff. But I get it. But who do we blame for this? All of this stuff? All of these twisted ass freaking laws out here? That's what we blame. All the freaking laws. So, right now, it's crucify R. Kelly because he is the adult. He should have taken the high road. He should have taken the high road. And I understand that. A lot of people think morally out here now than they do mentally. But God forbid that you guys don't find the love of your life. And you feel that you are 16 or 17 and 18 and this is the love of your freaking life of somebody who you want to be with. And never mind the freaking law. You know that this is who you want to be with. To allow the public to tear it down because of how you freaking feel. And that's what's fucked up morally about it. That's what's messed up. It's whatever. Let's finish with Michael Avenatti.
Years older than them, as in R. Kelly. They can't consent by law. So it's not enough to say, oh, well, their parents put them in harm's way, or, oh, they deserved it, or they appeared to like it, or they were trying to further their careers. A 14-year-old girl cannot consent to have sex with a man 30 years older than she is.
I want to pick up on something you just said a few minutes ago, too, about what you're calling the enablers, the people around him who are allowing
and
this.
Before we go, let me stop this because I don't want anybody to think that I'm contradicting myself. I agree with that. 14-year-old can't. What I'm not agreeing with is the people that came in his life, in his circle, saying that they did not consent. when I'm sitting here watching these girls consenting. You're consenting. That's just it. I'm sorry. I get it. Mr. Kelly was grown as hell. Yeah, he should have took his belt out and said, take y'all asses home. Yeah, he should have. He probably should have. But unfortunately, when you have to be in a position where you try to outweigh if we do love and law, sometimes love will overbear the law aspect of it, especially if you are in a mutual love mental state. It fucking happens. Like I said, had these girls or whatever been over there in the dungeon like they were in Ohio, them girls over there, man, I'd had to side the shit, but I just can't right now, I just can't right now. So 2 wrongs don't make a right, and I totally understand that. So I understand that Mr. Kelly should have walked away, or Mr. Kelly should have ignored JP downtown, or Mr. Kelly should have. I understand all of that, but coming from Chicago, and we're talking about minors, this is where I'm torn. Like I get really, really torn with this shit. And you talk about minors, right? And this has to go back to that Scooby-Doo quote. It's like, oh shit, I gotta plug my phone now. Oh shit, hold on, y'all. So if these children were in such a devastating time of their life where there is an adult taking advantage of them, within a couple, not even hours or so, if your child is out of sight, out of mind, you don't know where they are, or your child didn't trust you enough to say, hey, this grown man was trying to talk to me, or this or this or that, then some of this it's on the parents. It really is. So if we're going to take a belt off and start whooping, everybody needs to get a whooping. That's just that to reconcile, to solve this big issue that has come about. Everybody got to get a goddamn whooping, because there is no way that your child should be out of your sight, or when a child does come back into your sight, that your child is not comfortable enough to talk to you about some things that may have happened. So it's a 360 failure all the way around. That's just how I look at it. And because I'm up here like, you mean there were no riots? What you mean to tell me that there's more government allegations in the media? There's more of the government that's putting out this propaganda, like Jim Derogatis, right? He kept pushing it, but not once have I found an article with Jim Derogatis sitting with these parents. You mean to tell me that this man is a journalist? This man writes in news articles and interview people, and you mean to tell me that, hi Renee, that this man has not brought one minor? You know how they blew him out? The parents of them, and said, and hey, well, you know what? Or not even brought one fourth other than Kramer, the Kramer girl, Dominique mom, but that didn't go too much nowhere. That shit turned into a fight going about her ready to bust JP in the mouth, or all her other shit. So that shit was buku crazy. And then showing up what appears to be allegedly Jim Derogatis' goddamn camera team, if you ask me. So everybody knew that was a whitewash. But I'm just saying, like, come on, where is all of these children that got hurt? Where is all of these children that is on these videotapes? Didn't the parents see it they said what, 4, 5, 6? Then there should be 4, 5, 6 furious goddamn parents out here You don't hear no lawsuits from the parents that wants to sue Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. You only hear about these children that wants a lawsuit. I don't understand that. A child can't sue. A child can't sue in the courtroom. What are they going to have? Well, if we was back in that day, the 14-year-old standing up there in front of the judge by herself, like, come on. So you can obviously see like something is corrupted here. Something is just not right. There is people missing in this complaint. There's people missing. Nobody wanted to sue. Nobody wanted to sue other than the goddamn girls. Not the mamas, not the granddaddies, not the uncles, not the nieces, not the nobody. Only the girls. Man, I got a problem with that, y'all.
Are you saying that those people are in legal jeopardy?
Oh, I believe in many cases they can be and should be and will be in legal jeopardy. You can't turn a blind eye towards sexual assault and battery by a man against an underage girl just in the interest of money. And that's exactly what happened here. These individuals turned a blind eye. They didn't blow the whistle. They didn't do the right thing because they didn't want the gravy train known as R. Kelly to end. It was all done in the interest of money, and it's outrageous. And every parent in America should be disgusted by it.
What charges could they face?
Well,
what could you bring them in the court for?
They could face aiding and abetting charges. They could face obstruction of justice. There's a host of charges they could face.
Okay. You're very good at teasing us. You're in the media a lot. What's next?
Well, I think this is going to be a lengthy process. And again, I think there's going to be additional evidence, additional witnesses that are going to pile up against R. Kelly. I think he's going to face additional state charges, not only here in Illinois, but possibly in Georgia and elsewhere. And I'd be very surprised if ultimately there's not federal charges brought against him, including charges associated with sex trafficking. And I think that, again, this man rightfully is going to serve out the rest of his life in a prison, whether it be here in Illinois or somewhere else in America, because it's an outrage. And I'm also gonna say this, and I believe this firmly. Had he not preyed on some of the most vulnerable young girls in our society, predominantly, if not all, African American, with unstable households in many cases, although not all, he would not have been able to get away with this. One of the reasons he was able to get away with this was because these families and these young girls' voices were not heard because of where they came from. And I find that to be
And I had to object. I had to sidebar on that one, Michael Avenatti. I have to object to that because he just said that none of these little girls' voices were heard. Do you know that they would have been heard if that there was some families behind them? The mama, the daddy, the shit would have been, y'all, the shit would have been like a wildfire in Chicago. It really would have. You know, notice how they don't talk about paying off the alleged parents. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. So he didn't have no obstruction of justice with that. Because they don't talk about that. They do not talk about paying off these little girls' parents. But yet then he says that nobody talked about it. Nobody said anything about it. So who did or why didn't this issue was addressed with these girls to their parents or to their uncles or to their grandmothers or to anybody to raise hell back then? It's like, why not? What's up? I got money. What's up? So that's the puzzling part, you know, that people who really think and take a step back for a minute before you do all of this judging and condemning and crucifixion on this man. There is pieces missing. There's pieces missing. And I have to say, I understand for what it's worth why, you know, people be like, oh, it don't matter. He was an older man. Well, 20 years ago, he wasn't that fucking old. 30 years ago, he wasn't that fucking old. You can't take 28 and compare it with someone who is now 55. It just doesn't work that way. So how about saying that young man? Because 30 years ago or 25 years ago, he was a young man. He was a young man. But now you want to make it seem like, oh, he's a dirty old man. He's a dirty old man. The crazy thing about it, though, they don't do check and balance with it, right? Because Andrea was what, 19, they say? Something like that. 18 or 19 or something like that. He like young girls. He like younger girls. Well, what the hell is he doing marrying older women? Well, I mean, not marrying, but what the hell is he doing with older women? And they say that all the time. They don't talk about that, dog. They do not talk about that. So give me a second, you guys. I got to get Coda in the kitchen. So I'm going to turn the camera off for a second, if you guys don't mind, so she could make her plate and eat, you guys. So, but I got to turn the camera off. Is that okay with you guys? So give me a second. While that's doing that, let's load up another one, because this one too is funny too. Let's go to wait, where is it? I think it's this one here. Yeah, I think it's this one. Let's listen to this one. So I want y'all to listen to this one, and then I'll be right back. Caught up. Come on, boo.
You had to pretty much agree to it, no matter how demeaning it felt. I just wanted to know that it's not, you're not alone.
It just
Okay,
kept going
let me let
and going
Coda
and going.
eat, and then I'll come back on
After
camera, then go
decades of
downstairs. You
accusations,
guys.
including these from the recent blockbuster Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly.
I decided that enough was enough.
R. Kelly, the self-proclaimed king of R&B, finally forced to face the music. Tonight, Kelly appearing subdued as he left his studio to turn himself in to Chicago police. The singer, taken away in handcuffs, will spend the night in jail. Earlier in the day, Kelly was indicted on charges going back 2 decades.
10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims.
3 of the 4 women were between the ages of 13 and 17 at the time of the alleged abuse.
These charges are incredibly serious. They each hold a maximum of 7 years in prison. That if he were found guilty on all 10 charges, he may face 70 years in prison.
The charges spanning a dozen years from 1998 to 2010, when the R&B singer was at the height of his career, releasing hits like Ignition
hot and fresh out the kitchen.
and I Wish.
Just thinking about those days you used to talk to me.
Just hours after the indictment was handed down, attorney Michael Avenatti, who represents several accusers, spoke out, claiming he was responsible for the break in the case.
Earlier this month, we uncovered and recovered a videotape of over 40 minutes in length. The tape was shot in the late 90s, approximately 1999. It depicts 2 separate scenes shot on 2 separate days within Mr. Kelly's residence at the time.
Avenatti shared a screen grab of what he says is Kelly's face from the video.
Repeatedly on the video, both the victim and Mr. Kelly refer to the victim's age as being 14.
The charges come in the wake of that 6-part Lifetime docuseries seen by millions.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And
Okay.
credited for bringing
Give me a
renewed
second. I had to stop it just for that, right? Because I wondered if you guys hear that, right? You have Michael Avenatti admitting that, what appeared to be on the tape. He can describe it. He knows this. He knows the dictation of it. He knows all of that, right? Now, I gotta ask you guys this question. Somebody tell me why this case was not thrown out for tampering of evidence. Why? This case should have been gone. You got an attorney admitting that he saw what he said he saw. This case should have been over. That's part A to my question. As I read these motions, these are, these are done. I read this paperwork, right? There is nowhere in there that this part of, I'm going to call it, this is a discovery. This admission right here is a discovery. Grounds of acquittal right there. I do not see an argument in these motions pertaining to the admission of these people, such as Michael Avenatti. Do I have a problem with that? I absolutely do. I do. Because you want to talk about a fight, that is what I would have been fighting. Right there. I'm good. Along with the other issues that we have, because we're going to talk about that during FR, the FR girl. That was, represented by Gloria Ari. Yeah, we're going to, let's finish listening to this, though. I'm going to rewind it, though, so that you can hear his admission from an attorney. Didn't say that he turned it over. Now, that Jim Derogatis said that he did, but I highly believe that Jim Derogatis copied a few of those tapes, if there were tapes, allegedly, and then he called Sparkle down or somebody else or whatever to question her, to see who that was, and hey, if you really want to get him, and if this isn't really your niece, we're gonna really need you to say that this is your niece. But hey, I'm just hypothetically speaking. I'm just saying, let's rewind that just a tab.
9, it depicts 2 separate scenes shot on 2 separate days within Mr. Kelly's residence at the time.
Avenatti shared a screen grab of what he says is Kelly's face from the video.
Repeatedly on the video, both the victim and Mr. Kelly refer to the victim's age as being 14.
The charges come in the wake of that 6-part Lifetime docuseries seen by millions.
I'm sorry. It's okay.
And credited for bringing renewed attention to the allegations of sexual abuse and sex with underage girls that have swirled around Kelly for years.
Why didn't anyone know this? We all know this. No one cared because we were black girls.
The series recounts the harrowing stories of alleged abuse by R. Kelly.
It's been over almost 2 years now, and we still haven't seen our daughter.
They swept it under the rug, but now they're like going back and saying, maybe that was true, or there was some truth in there, or something was wrong back then, because 30 years later, it's still happening.
Tamara Simmons and Jesse Daniels are 2 of the executive producers behind the docuseries.
When you see these patterns emerge that date back to the 90s, it's hard to deny that what the survivors went through over the course of years, saying the same thing, the same patterns, the same experiences that they've all shared. What they went through was real.
They say in light of the Me Too movement, it was time to give these women a voice.
Summer of 2017, there were a few articles that had surfaced that detailed new alleged victims. Parallel to that, the Me Too movements.
Okay, and that's when the hearsay case comes about. I'm going downstairs to get the computer to finish logging up, you guys. Oh, hold on. Then I gotta have a little laughter before I get off of here. Because that's just what I do. That's just what I do. Okay, let me see where we at here. Okay. Get this here logged up so we can log in and see what this motion was at 5 o'clock.
Started to take off. Once we started to get in touch with some of these women and dig a little bit deeper into their stories, and then it ballooned to many other people.
You had this, powerful person that's beloved in the African American community,
and then you have a victim that nobody cares about.
It shows you how rich and powerful men can get away with a lot of things.
We've been supporting and enabling him for decades.
More than 50 people were interviewed for the docuseries, including over a dozen alleged victims who accused the R&B singer of physical and sexual abuse stretching over months and years. Many who say they were just teenagers when they first met the star.
Rob was sitting there at the pool, and he was being really, really nice, and he asked me how old I was, and I told him I was 17.
After the docuseries aired, Cook County, Illinois State Attorney Kim Fox issued an unusual call for anyone with any information to come forward and tell their stories.
I'm here today to encourage victims of sexual assault or domestic violence related to these allegations to please get in touch with our office.
6 weeks later, she delivered the news.
Or related to these allegations. That there was the hearsay trigger point. Or related. Meaning that could have meant if you even heard about it. If you can relate to this, is what I'm saying. Put a 1 in the chat if you hear me. That was a trigger point. How many people was hearing these allegations about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? So how easy do you think it was for many of them to come and play a part of what was going on? Did most of them think that, oh my God, I can be a part of a silver suit if it play out the way the government intends for it to play out? Kim Fox says that she checked out, they had to check out a few stories, and that some of the people, a lot of people really didn't come forward, and some people did. A lot of people did, right? So, yeah. Okay, I'm getting this up for you guys, so give me a second. Okay, so, yeah, that was a trigger point right there. That was a trigger point. Relate. That's what she said. If you can relate, please come forward. Then you end up with all these people. Like, come on. All right, let me see if I can open up my stuff over here. Okay, there we go. Court listener. Let's finish this because I got to log it in.
Of his indictment.
This recent indictment shows that activism works, that good journalism works. If it weren't for the Mute R. Kelly campaign, if it weren't for the brave survivors and accusers that have come forward with their own stories, then we wouldn't be here today.
This is not the first time Kelly has been in legal jeopardy. In 2008, Kelly was acquitted of charges of child pornography.
Robert was acquitted largely because the victim and her parents refused to confirm her identity. So though she was identified on the tape by other people, including an aunt, because she was unwilling to say that she was a victim, it was determined that there was no victim, and thus there couldn't be a prosecution.
In an interview with music journalist Torre, taped after his acquittal, R. Kelly struggles to answer what many viewed as a basic question.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage, how old are we talking? Girls who are teenagers. I have some 19-year-old friends.
R. Kelly had made his desire for younger women well known. His marriage to R&B darling Aaliyah in 1994 was annulled after it was discovered the singer was only 15 at the time of her marriage. He later married choreographer Andrea Kelly. ABC's Lindsay Davis spoke with Andrea about her ex-husband last year.
Do I believe that he should serve time in jail? I do. You would like to see him arrested? Yes.
Kelly said she was a victim herself for 13 long years of emotional, physical, and sexual abuse at the hands of R. Kelly. She and the singer have 3 children together.
Did you ever fear for your life?
Yes.
You thought he might kill you?
Yeah.
Your kids?
No.
but me, definitely.
Tonight, R. Kelly's lawyer insists his client is innocent.
Two of the cases are super old, not accurate, not true.
And vows to fight every accusation.
Mr. Kelly is strong. He's got a lot of support, and he's going to be vindicated on all these charges, one by one if it has to be.
But others believe the indictment may only be the beginning of his legal problems as more women continue to come forward with new stories of abuse.
Baltimore
Attorney
chick.
Gloria Allred, who is
And
representing
who was
several of R.
aligned
Kelly's
with the
alleged
Baltimore
victims,
chicks?
has a message
Everybody
for the
knows
singer.
that,
To R.
right?
Kelly, I'm sending this message. You have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Your victims are now surrounding you and crying out for justice. Your time has come to face the many women who have suffered in silence for so many years.
If convicted,
So
R. Kelly could
I'm going to stop that there because I have a question behind Gloria Allred after she made that statement, right? When have you ever known an attorney to address the accuser in that manner? When have you guys ever seen that on national TV? When have you guys ever seen a alleged victim attack, kind of like, it was kind of like a threat, on national TV, threatens the alleged accuser? You never see that. You never see it. So when I saw this, right, I was like, wait a minute. Aubrey, where they do that at? Where do you lose your lawyer ethic to attack? Because lawyers is all, they all have they friend level of lawyership, dictatorship. They do, right? So I'm sitting here thinking I ain't never seen that. I've never seen an attorney do that. What I have seen was an attorney be prepared to ask questions about an alleged accuser, but never to sit up straight and address an accuser head on in a manner of threats. You have seen your last days and you're gonna, who does that? So at that time I was thinking, okay, nah, attorney Orange, you on some crack lawyer stuff, right? Allegedly. But I was like, wait a minute, that's not the behavior there. That wasn't cool. To turn around now where Mr. Kelly has had a trial, but yet then these women that sit next to her as she becomes aggressively threatening towards Mr. Kelly didn't even have these two Baltimore women on the stand. How is it that you're going to have this type of attitude towards an alleged accuser, but yet then you don't have these two ladies on the stand, right? Putting out the same output that she signifies, that she defines in the media. Where did they go? Where did they go? Should have brought them on anyway. So, but let's move on because I want to eat you guys. But I got to show you guys this, right? Because I made a statement about, in my Twitter, I think I was on, was it Twitter or my comments or something? Maybe it was my community. It might have been my community. Let me go to my community board right quick. Because I want to say this because I believe that, I was to stand correctly about the attorneys, right? And sometimes I'll say what I say based off of kind of what I previously had read. So if I read that, I'm thinking, well, this is why I said that. So, and go to my community board and let me see, where did I post that at? Let me see. And I talked about no, that's not it. Let me see. And I listed the attorney's name on there. So let me see. Where am I at? this. Nope, it's not that one. Hold on. Maybe it's farther down. Or maybe it's not even on here. Maybe I posted it somewhere else. Okay. Anyways, since I'm on the court listener, right? And I'm thinking, well, I forgot. Let me check that, right? Let me check that about Attorney Becker, blank Becker, right? And what it says here, and see if you guys can see it. I'm not, because I'm on a different screen. Let me show you guys what it says. Does it say anything? Let me see. Oh, it does. Okay, so that has been updated. See, when I looked on here, I was looking at. Let me see where the other one is at. Hold on. Okay. Jennifer Bonjean. So she is off the case. Terminated, Doug, 10/22/20. Haramati, terminated, 7/15/21. Okay, now I stand correct. So I have to appreciate the person that corrected me on it. Bonjean, attorney to be noticed, recognized. She has been retained. Greenberg, terminated, 7/15/21. Scholar, terminated, January 31st, 22. Canick, terminated, January 31st, 22. Leonard, terminated, 7/15/21. Becker, terminated, 2/2/22. Farinella, terminated, 2/2/22. So that leaves just Jennifer Bonjean on there. So I appreciate that. I had to be corrected. Okay. Got that. Thank you. Maybe I have to go back and check. And that's what you guys are supposed to do. You know. So, I don't know. You said the whistleblowers. Let me pull this down just a little bit. Because I'm on my phone right there. The whistleblower. What you say? The whistleblowers that got immunity will still serve time when they lie under oath. Yeah, if they decide to, spend the money to come at them. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep in mind that their target was just one person and one person at all. And don't let me forget, because I got something to say about FR. I do. I got something to say about FR. Okay. Today is 4:30. The motion for leave to file excess pages. The government's response in opposition to defendant's Rule 29 motion by Robert Sylvester Kelly and Bonjean Jennifer, to have her name entered that way, entered on 4/3/22. Let's check it out. Don't somebody, Cash App, 10 cents, goddammit. This costs 10 cents. It's one page. Let's see. I'm going to get my bill coming up here shortly, though. I know I am. So it says, in case you know what, as a matter of fact, how about I print that sucker out, too. Let's print it out. Let's print it out, child. It's printing out. Let's get it to print. Wake up over there. There we go. Here it comes. Ching, ching, ching. Hot off the press, y'all. Hot off the press right here. Let's read it. Okay? I know I'm doing this the cheesy way today, okay? I gotta go eat. It says here, FIA, ECF. You guys can see that I'm reading this. Honorable Ann M. Donnelly, United States District Court Judge, United States District Court, Eastern District of New York, April 3rd, 2022, 225 Camden Plaza. I said plasma. I was like plasma. New York, 11201. United States versus Kelly, 19 CR 286 AMD. Dear Judge Donnelly, the defendant seeks leave to file an oversized reply in response to the government's 104-page memorandum of law in opposition of the defendant's Rule 29 respectfully. Defendant moves to file a reply no longer than 20 pages in length. The government does not object to the request. So, Judge Donnelly has honored Attorney Jennifer Bunjean's Rule 29 motion to file 20 pages, no longer than 20 pages in length. And she has honored that. So, that's what happened today. That's from the 104 memorandum. Let me see if I can go back and, oh Lord, once you close it out, I don't know if you get charged again if you open it up again. It's shit crazy, you guys. But hold on, Miss Kelly. I mean, this stuff is long, you guys. I mean, like, look at that shit. Like, it's long. I mean, long. Look at all this. And I literally, like, would print it, open it up. I've paid for so much stuff that needs to be paid. Supplemental motion. Okay, so attach, here's the number one, the memorandum in support, and that was on 3/21. So I have to go back and look at that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the memorandum. So I see it and I will find it. You say go ahead and I'm not paying. Is you out your mind? 100 copies. I could put it up. Y'all can screenshot it. There you go. Can you screenshot? Y'all want to screenshot that? You can screenshot the paperwork so you'll have it. There you go. Screenshot. Hurry up. Get your screenshots in. Judge Donnelly honored her request. There. Okay. Talking about some do it 1,000 times. Is you out your mind? I guess I need to put this here into my discovery. I have a R. Kelly goddamn discovery, y'all. So I got to punch some holes in it with my puncher. Yep. Where's the hole? Let's get the hole puncher. And we got to file it. I keep thorough paperwork, you guys. I'm gonna punch it and we gonna file it. I keep up everything, honey. Let's punch this. There we go. We got some nice fresh holes in it. And then we'll get it We'll get it put in the file. Yeah. So I'm gonna set it here for when I come back downstairs, and then I'll get that all filed up. Now, you say we go write a book? Okay, we go write a book, but we got to put the funny stuff in it too, though. Hey, Harlem, I have got to speak to you. Hey, honey, how are you? And anybody else? Did I miss anybody else that I did not speak to? I hope I didn't. If I did, my apologies. Now, y'all know I got to tell. Let me do the FR, right? I got to go here with FR for a second, right? Let me see. Let me remember it. FR, put a 1 in the chat if everybody knows when I say FR. Everybody knows, right? Huh? Everybody knows if I say FR, everybody knows who I'm talking about? Yes, no, yes, no, Y for yes, N for no. I'll wait. I'm going to close this out here, though, so, yeah. Okay, everybody knows. Okay, thank you, Money. Thank you. I have to shorten your name down. I hope you don't mind. Don't yell at me none. I'm just gonna shorten you down to Money. Okay, Don't yell at me. Because I know people be like, oh, no. But I'm going to shorten your name down to Money, right, over here. If you don't mind, if you want me to call you by your full name, then just let me know. Then I can do that. I can accommodate that. So, but, I'm going to play that in the background. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Money. So, everybody knows how, FR story came to light, right? And it's just something that I just want to point out. Came to light by none other than Don Russell, right? He brought her story to light out here in the media world. Hey, Bree. He did. So, how did he do that? He talked about it quite a bit. We saw the paperwork where he went to send information to FR attorneys, right? You say FR no? What you mean, Petey? I should be quiet? It was faith. It was faith. It was faith. He got I'm waiting on Petey. It was FR. Okay, so you give me the thumb up now, Petey? We good? What, Miss Brown? Miss Brown, you going to bed? Oh, okay, Money. That's what's up. Thank you. I'm waiting on Petey, y'all. She give me a thumbs up. Then I'm good to go. I get the red light. I need the red light, Petey. I meant the green light. I'm talking about the red light. Okay, she said yes. So, let's go back down memory lane with that. Because at some point, he reached out to FR old attorney, right? Sent information on his belief of her attorney representing a client that is not being honest, has these things going on her IG where she became half nude, was doing nudity, things like that. He also brought the awareness to her about her to the YouTube streets, telling people that this is what he did. I had at that point given some thought about Donnell Russell, right? It's like, wow, that's what's up. And what that is one of the reasons why I'm like, no, you know what? He's got to be somewhat of the real deal. Because her attorney left her, right? They separated. So she ended up with Gloria Allred after that. Okay? But you had the people come out along with the authorities where they decide to put on him, put the allegations out here about him tampering the witness, right? Now, let's fast forward because there's some other things with Faith, with FR that you guys all know, but I want to fast forward a little bit. Let's take Donnell Russell over to the New York place where they were doing the Lifetime docuseries, whatever, right? And the police report and everything says that, he had to be the one involved and he made this phone call. His phone call, I'm not sure if it was clear if it was a gun threat or a bomb threat. I'm just not sure on that. I get it. It kind of sounds the same when I hear people talking about it. So, with that being said, you have to ask yourself, outside of Donnell Russell doing that act upon him, himself, and he told you that he hated that he done that. It was a bad thing, but he's trying to help a good friend out, or his brother, or whatever you want to call them together, right? So I'm like, well, okay, speak. So The charges for that was interstate commerce, right? That's all in, in paperwork and everything, and how they're trying to explain that. So, fine. But no one got hurt from this bomb threat or nothing like that. The only thing that happened up there was a quick evacuation, charges for him of disrupting, this Lifetime docuseries, right? Let's fast forward a little more. Let's go over to the Michael Arline. What's his name? Michael Arline and Michael and Richard Arline. Those two guys, right? They have more thrifty, more intense charges, right? Because you're talking about arsoning. You're talking about a burning of a car. You're talking about extortion, okay? Extortion from the with the phone call and thing with the Azrael. They're all on the phone and woo woo woo, and money was transpired. Not transpired. Money was cited through phone calls and things like that, right? Total different scheduling of being reprimanded. It's a total different level, right? From Don Russell's, So okay, so as I'm reading a lot of Donnell Russell stuff, I couldn't help but to not notice that I didn't see anything with charges or sort affiliated with the, I guess, exposure of FR, right? Nothing. There's nothing there, right? So I'm like, wow, okay. So he basically pretty much only has to deal with this phone call that he had made. Didn't hurt nobody. Didn't blow up a place, didn't do any of that, right? With that being said, I don't see him getting all this time that this boy over here claims that, oh my God, that's his ass. No, that's them other two boys now. That's their ass, because they shit was a little bit more aggressive, right? But I understand the point where a lot of people keep saying that because that's his friend. We see Donnell Russell in the cameras and everything, doing security for Mr. Kelly. He's there when he comes out of court. He's there for this. He's there at the smoke bar. He's there with his brother opening up a gym. He's there with, he's around. But when it comes to FR, right? Hear me out, you guys. Hear me out. Because Donnell Russell issued, allegedly, this information to FR previous attorney, right? Attorney bails out. They must have found some truth to this. Oh, I can't take you as a client. Something ain't right. Right? They didn't charge Donnell Russell with the harassment or the tampering of witness at all. Faith Rogers knew that she was exposed. Gloria Allred knew that this story, her story, isn't as strong as she needed it to be by trying to file that, oh, Donnell Russell done this and Donnell Russell or these people are intimidating me. That carried no weight. So they had to move the charge. Allegedly, and I'm just hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying this to be a fact at all. But if one plan didn't work, what best way to move it over to another plan? See, if these were some rightful acting, ethical attorneys with Gloria Allred, right? She should have told FR, there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can do. She should have. But no, a light bulb came on. You had one girl already screaming that I have a STD. So with FR probably not willing to walk away because she feels that she was hurt. The relationship was over, even though I consented and I was of age. Y'all remember that video she did, and she had her hair down with the chocolate face and everything, and there was, I think it was just her and another lady on there to find that video, right? And she's got her hand, you know, her knee in her hand and everything. All of that there is the premeditated story, you know, and she was good at telling her story. She really was. But it was right then and there where she knew I had to switch my freaking story. I'm going to ride with their story, with their narrative. He gave me an STD. He gave me the herpes. The whole government needs to be locked up that's dealing with this situation and has brought these allegations on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly when it comes to that, because everybody knows that herpes is a hard thing to prove, and it should not be just because a person said that you gave me something that I actually have it. I actually have it. The court had the upper hand because they didn't have to prove that they had it. Nope. They had the upper hand. It didn't even matter if Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly test probably even came back or negative or whatever. They were sticking to that freaking story because they wouldn't have not imagined anybody else giving it to them or whatever the case may be, right? But it was just right there and then, dealing, in my opinion, allegedly, with Gloria Allred, where she knew, but she had to find a way to keep her in the game. The more, the merrier. Strengthens the allegation without proper investigation, because they were all on, you know, we all know, on one team out there, all these authorities. No, he got off like 2002. We ain't finna let this shit happen. So whoever come and whatever they say and however they done did it, this is how we're gonna run the story. I don't think FR, in my opinion, gave herself those herps. I think, in my opinion, and with my investigation that don't matter any damn way, I think that Gloria gave it to her. On paper, this is what you need to say. They can't find nothing in this, and this is going to collaborate with the other girl's Scott Dern story. So it's gonna sound true in a court of law. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I just had to give you guys that, though. You said that they should have some. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it sucks that they you know, give or take. And I would love to see Mr. Kelly out. Definitely, right? But give or take, I need this to run for at least another year. Hey, Perspective, I do. You know why? Because I want the table to turn with a whole different, it's like a whole nother different jurisdictions or something. And I know it can't be done that way. So I'm hypothetically speaking, right? To bring in every single one of these higher up council people. They need to be questioned. And you know who they need to be questioned from under oath? Just a regular John Doe, like you and I. Like you and I. Not no other official, because they all work together some kind of freaking way, you know, unless they absolutely hate each other or, you know, something like that. But yeah, they do. And I think it needs to restart, you guys. It needs to restart over, because, you know, there's some, the pieces is just, yeah. But that was that, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I did have another video, and we've seen that already, but I wanted to replay that one as well, which I probably do sometime later through the week. But right now, I got to eat. I got to go chill with my. I ain't seen my baby today because I've been gone. See what Coda Bear doing. You know all that stuff. Now I said I was gonna drop some funny shit before I left. How many of y'all know I had to click in on some Bookham Church today? Okay, I did. Let me see what you're learning in church today. Amen. I did, right? So I'm on here like, what in the hell? Now, I'm going to put him on in my ear. Because Bookham strike my channel. So we can't let that happen. Put him on in my ear, right? I am money in 1 second. I'm going in 1 second. I'm finna go. Right, so I'm like, well, okay, book him in church today, right? Got his new pink shoes on. He had to move the camera over so you can see that it matched his pink shirt, right? Where the hell is that damn thing at? And I promise y'all, oh, okay, here we go. Bookham comes on. He comes on, right? I thought he was about to have a seizure on the drums, right? But hold on, let me. Oh shit! Hold up! I gotta get this in my ear. Shit! Hold on, y'all. I gotta put it in my ear. Cause that boy ready. He set my channel up again. Hold on. Let me see if I get it in my ear. But he was in there just banging away, though. Galatians, I ain't lying, right? But let me tell you what he said. You after seeing him in the church, because I haven't clicked on the church in a minute, right? I haven't clicked on it in a minute because I know that, you know, it's hard to watch sometimes, especially when you see like the portraying of devil acts on a Saturday night. And when you hear a person say that, you know, I'm gonna, you know, I can kill you, or I'm gonna beat you up, or is, you know, when I see that, and then the next day the same person that used this tongue this away, right? I'm like, how the hell you wake up for church? So then I end up questioning the spirit, right? I'm saying to myself, now wait a minute. Why the hell ain't this boy caught the Holy Ghost or something in church? Why ain't nothing done hit him for the tongue that he carries, right? I did. I ask myself that all the time. But who am I to judge, right? So it is what it is. Let me see if I can get this going. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to go in the other room. Just wait 1 second, because y'all got to hear this. Y'all got to listen. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. He said it slid. It slid. I was like, what's going on? What's going on, Book? Okay. Here we go. Look. He said, I was in church. I was in church with Bookham cracking the hell up, y'all. I can't go to church. They'll put me out of church. He said, it's sliding on its own. I was like, what's sliding, Book? What you talking about is sliding? What are you talking about? He said, sliding on its own. Now, when he got into the singing part, I damn near done died. Now, don't you slide no more. Wait. He said, don't slide. Oh, God. That's what he said, y'all. You think I'm lying? Now, when I heard this part, right? When I heard this part, I'm saying to myself, is he talking about being a backslider? But then he said,
Oh God, has been so good.
He said, oh, God has been so good to me. And I'm saying to myself now, what the hell type of God do you serve? What God do you serve? How has God been good to you to have so that you can have a tongue like that the night before church? The devil is a lie. I ain't lying, y'all. I was cracking up. I was cracking up, y'all. Wait. Oh God has been so good to me. I was at work. I died, y'all. I'm like, God been good to you, but you ain't reciprocating the element. You're not reciprocating the same thing. How? Because what you doing on Saturday night, you literally sit in church and undermine Jesus Christ. He sounded like he was at one of the Blues Brothers too. Oh God has been so good to me. I was like, what? Now, how is it that God can be good to somebody, but somebody ain't good to God? The Shannon said, yeah, with that defense. Oh, shit. Shannon, I like to die. I promise you, I like to die at work today. I was like, what the hell did he just say? God's been good to me. How do you put God in your mouth one day and then the next day, motherfucker, and you this, and I'm gonna kill you, and fuck your mama, and suck your baby? And how? And I'm sitting there going, Lord, this church is going to burn, baby, burn. It's going to burn. But that no one verse right there, I had I rewinded so much, you guys. It don't make no sense, y'all. Book 'em. Now, I want to know how God's been good to you, but you ain't been good to God. You know that's like putting salt in Kool-Aid. That's exactly what it is. I'm trying to understand the conscience part of it. You know what I'm saying? You say hide the Bible. Hide the Bible, hide the pew, hide the congregation, hide the whole goddamn church. Something ain't right. I'm like, what kind? Something ain't right. Conscience, right? You want to think about normality in a human, right? Conscience wise, right? And I'm thinking, wow. I mean, because everybody say God knows your heart, right? So maybe God knows his heart. Maybe God knows that, you know, what he do on a Saturday night or Friday, Thursday morning or Wednesday, Tuesday evening, Monday morning, Tuesday Tuesday evening, Monday evening, Monday night. Maybe God knows, because he said God's been so good to him. Hallelujah. Amen. I just had to throw that on y'all right quick. Now, the shit was funny, though. Book of never seems to amaze me, you guys. I kid y'all not. I'm just trying to decipher, how does that consciously work? How can you turn that like a faucet like that? How can you turn that faucet like that? Like, how can you get up and get dressed in the morning knowing that I'm about to go deliver in the house of the Lord? See, I can't go. I was doing Thug Passion last night. I can't go. I was rebuttaling in a devilish manner. You know, the only thing that I could done is go in there privately and fall down on my knees, because knowing that I did what I did, I would be too embarrassed to walk into the house of the Lord. I'm gonna need him to forgive me right here, because if I take the chance on getting in a car and trying to drive over to the church, something devastating might happen to me. I don't want to take that risk. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to talk my shit, knowing I talk shit. And I'm going to go in there and get on my knees while I'm at home. Because if anything happened to me and he want he want to punish me, I want him to do it here. I don't want to go out in the car. I don't want to have a seizure at the red light or none of that shit. I want to be right here. I just want to be right here. And then once I feel like my soul has been cleansed, then I would pick, okay, I can get dressed now and go on to church next Sunday or something like that. I can't play. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie, though. But you listen. I don't know, Booker. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I don't care what you do and how you do it. I just like how you do that. How do you do that? That's crazy as hell. At least you don't see the other people who keeping up like a bunch of shit going to church. It's like you did. I always be saying, Lord, I'm going to hell for this. I know I am. But that's just my reverse psychology way of saying, please forgive me. Don't sit me down now. I know I'm going. That's all I be doing. So, now, I want to come back because I got some solutions to run through. Matter of fact, let me pull one up here. I might as well get this all out the goddamn way right now. Thug passion. Got her panties in a bunch. Hey, Felicia. Yeah, she did. Once again, I'm the Looney Tune. I'm the crazy one. But I remember her. I thought I caught a glimpse of her saying that she had a solution for edges, right? Now, keep in mind, hold on a minute. Let me do this here. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Oh, shit. Come on. Okay, there we go. I got to do this for a second, you guys, because I don't know who this person is. I do not know, so don't ask me, but I'm using this as an example so that I can show you that there needs to be solution. I have a solution for people with no fucking edges. Same way. The same way. So don't ask me who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is, but just so we'll know, yeah, I have a solution for these edges here. Might need to get some sulfur aid or some ginger or something like that. Most people usually attach a what you call it, a ponytail, the horse thing to the back, so then that way they can camouflage it. I told y'all sometimes I ain't shit. I told y'all that. You keep the shit real. But baby, I don't know who it is. This is just us giving out I'm going, money. I promise you I'm finna go. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And I'm going to go and up here with my baby in a minute. But people have solutions for no edges. My edges are there, you guys, okay? I am not supposed to have edges here at all. I'm not. They just don't come here. My hairline starts exactly where the hell it's supposed to start. So I'm good. But however, I came up with the solution when you don't have edges, like I say. So this person here, apparently, I don't know, somewhere I'm guessing maybe in the early 30s or something, might have lost their edges. And I'm hearing now that there's a particular type of hair solution that you can use to rebuild your edges out. So, ladies, if your edges are looking something like that, right here, 8 up, you can camouflage that to make it look well with none other than the Vivica Fox. Hold on, let's get Vivica let's get Vivica Fox. Let's get her shit up. has her own hairline. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can grab it. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah, here we are. Yeah. So, I'm leaving money. I'm just wondering, like I said, I don't know who that is. I was just using it for an example to show you guys that there is a solution when you don't, okay, what I got, 3 minutes? 3 minutes. Hey, Keish. So, over here, a solution if you want to hide your no edges hairline like that, very badly damaged at a very early age, which clearly shows some sign of nervousness. You might be careful taking, I hear that something like this can happen if you are battling high blood pressure and you take a bunch of high blood pressure pills. And then, of course, there is a solution for the wing bite of the teeth down here. And there's plenty of dentists out there and Invisalign as well to get that fixed as well. But if we go over here, you'll clearly see that Vivica Fox has a line of wigs out, you guys. You can get them at a very a good cheap price here. I'm noticing one for $69.95 and all of those. They don't look itchy. They don't look dried out. Actually, oh, this one is kind of cute. I'm always down for the curly ones, you guys. I like the curly ones though. Oh Lord, look at that one. Imagine that. That'll cover up all of those no edges over there, and like I said, I don't know who that lady is. I just used the lady as an example. That's it. That's all to come up with a solution for no edges. I did. That was it. Now, you can clearly see that some stress and too much medication might have had a lot to do with that problem right there. Yeah. Got them eyebrows on fleek though, don't they? Yeah, they do. Anyways, y'all, I got to go. 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 If you enjoyed our little chit chat, go ahead. Hit the thumbs up button over here and I will see you guys soon. You said that's where the Gayle King got... Don't say that. Gayle King, you know what? Shannon, I think I did identify. I can identify. I think I did. I think I did. But I got to go do baby time. I do. Yeah, my latest y'all get over there and get those likes up on that community board. You ain't got to ride with me. You ain't got to talk shit with me, but give me my goddamn thumbs up over there on my community board, y'all. I appreciate it. Now, I got to go. Oh. Yeah, I might be back later on. We'll see. We'll see.